Welcome back, everybody. We're here to pull cards for April the 7th. I'm going to be pulling one card per sign. So if you know your sun sign, you can get a tidbit of information about this or from this video. And then if you know your houses, you can actually pull quite a bit of information about the energy impacting your day from a short little video like this. So let's get started, shall we? Thank you guys very much for spending some of your precious time here with me today. I do appreciate that. First card we have coming up is the Justice card. This is the Aries card today. So Justice showing up just tells me, what does it tell me? It tells me that somebody is making a decision about you or about your behaviors, and this decision is one that they are making in a fair way. This may have to do with karma, so it doesn't necessarily have to be a person making the decision as much as it's life exacting the price of your karma. So if you've got some really great seeds planted in that karma field, you could be getting some really great things back from that, or vice versa as well. It just depends what seeds you've planted, but this is something that's happening that is very fair and very just. Okay, so let's look at Taurus. Taurus, you guys have the Two of Cups showing up in reverse. This is just telling me that you have a situation where there's something or someone in your life that you did really enjoy at one time, and now you're in a situation where you're finding that it's not as enjoyable as it used to be. You could kind of take it or leave it, and some days you'd definitely rather leave it. All right, so that's what we have coming up for Taurus. Things are changing. Gemini, Three of Swords. This is such an interesting card. We always hear about people who wear their heart on their sleeves. This person has their heart in their crown chakra. Isn't that just interesting? All right, so I'm going to say with the Three of Swords, this has to do with something that has happened that feels, I'm going to say it's something that you did not expect it to happen, with that showing up in the crown chakra area right above the head. And this is going to be something that feels like betrayal, or, this is a very hurtful energy, whether somebody intended to create hurt or not. Whatever this is a hurtful energy that you're feeling. And I think part of the reason why it hurts so much is because it's something that I don't think you ever thought that you would see coming. Okay, that's Gemini. Next up, let's look at Cancer. Cancers, we have the Empress showing up in reverse. Empress in reverse is just telling me, Cancers, that this would be a good day to really evaluate what it is you're thinking about and which direction are you thinking. Are you thinking positively or are you thinking pessimistically? Because with the Empress in reverse, the way the energy is sitting right now, for those of you who are Cancer, is that you're actually manifesting those things that you don't want, or those things that you are afraid of. So we want to flip that energy, and we flip that energy by focusing on those things that are good, those things that are our goals, that are our targets, and not focusing on those things that are the things that we're afraid will happen, or the things that we're anxious about. So finding anything good to focus on is better than focusing on something that is not what we want, even if that anything is just, wow, I'm alive and breathing today. Isn't that awesome? Lots of opportunities since I'm alive and breathing. You can start with the very basics, but focus on something that makes you happy to help turn around this energy, because we don't really want to see it manifest the way it's showing up on the table. And you guys who have been watching me a while know we have free will, so we can make sure that it doesn't. You can make my cards not true by changing your free will around this. So the best way to do that is start looking at things more positively and not letting your fears get the best of you. Okay, next up we are looking at Leo, Leo, Leo. Ten of Cups in reverse for Leo. So Leos, this is a card that just tells me, what is it telling me? I think there's something that makes you really happy in your life, but you're getting really restless and really frustrated at having it at the same level right now. And so you're beginning at looking at ways that you can incorporate more of that in your life or upgrade that in some way. So you're more active with whatever this is that makes you feel happy, happy, happy. Next up, let's look at Virgo. Four of Pentacles showing up in reverse. Virgos, this is a card that I don't often see for you guys. I really feel like you guys are going to be taking something that you had stashed away and pulling it out. Very easily could be finances, but it could be something else. But whatever it is, I feel like for this time, it's a tangible thing that you're pulling out of stash or out of savings. And this can be that you're pulling it out for exactly what you planned on pulling it out for. But for others of you, this is going to be pulling it out because of something going on that maybe you weren't planning for or you weren't expecting, but thank goodness this thing is here, and so you've got it covered. Okay, so that's for Virgo. Next up, let's look at Libra. World card showing up in reverse for those of you who are Libras, or, well, we all have Libra placements one way or the other. The World card is just talking about the idea of there was something that we did consider our ideal, and we're starting to see that it isn't exactly what we want. It's not far from there, but it's not exactly what we want. And so we're figuring out, can I retweak this, or do I need to just look for something that is better and kind of start from scratch? All right. Next up, let's see, that was Libra. Yep. Next up, Scorpio. Page of Pentacles showing up in reverse for those of us with Scorpio in our charts. Page of Pentacles in reverse just means that we're hearing some kind of news that we would rather not hear about money or about material goods. All right. Next up, let's look at Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Nine of Swords in reverse. We like this card. This means that there was something that you were stressing out about, and it was having you uptight and anxious. At some point today, you're going to be finding some release from those feelings. So maybe you're going to do some work and sort of release a trigger that has you feeling that way. Maybe a situation is going to be changing that had you feeling that way. Generally, with this card, whatever it is that has been stressing us out is something that's not so much in our control. So just doing some work around acceptance many times can help release some of the stress, but also if the situation changes, that can too. Okay, so that was Sagittarius. Next up is Capricorn. High Priestess in reverse, Capricorns. This is telling me that you're feeling pretty confused. There's some type of topic in your life that you're feeling really confused about, and you're not sure which way is up. We've got a lot of challenging energies showing up today on the cards. I kind of want to look at what's going on astrologically after I get done with this video, because there's got to be something. Yep, there's more. Okay, guys, so here's the important thing to know. When there's a lot of challenging energy showing up on a reading, it's important, especially one that's for all signs, it's really important to recognize that, yes, we may be dealing with some challenging stuff ourselves today. At the same time, we also want to hold space for other people, because other people are also dealing with challenges that may not be exactly what ours are, but nevertheless dealing with challenges as well. So we want to remember that as we're interacting with others today. Anyway, let's move on. This is for Aquarius. We do have the Devil card showing up here. The Devil card really has to do with the idea of facing a fear or a temptation or an addiction. And with the Devil card, this can be a card that indicates that if it's a fear, it's something that we really haven't figured out yet how to get around or how to work through. Same thing with a temptation or an addiction, that whatever this is, when the Devil card comes in upright, it shows us really allowing that thing to really pull at us and pull at our compulsions. So best thing we can do if this is a fear that we're facing is really look at it. Ask ourselves, what is the worst case scenario? And if the worst case scenario happened, what would I do about it? And as soon as you realize there's something you could do about it, that really helps to dissipate the fear. Maybe it still wouldn't be pleasant, but it's not going to be the end of the world. And same thing with the addictions and temptations. Like when you see a card like this come up early in the day, you want to start looking at things that you might be vulnerable to and start making backup plans for if anything comes up around these. How am I going to make a backup plan so that I don't get sucked into a temptation or addiction? People, places, and things generally are triggers for addictions. So today is definitely a good day to stay away from those people, places, and things that that are triggers if you have an addiction that you're dealing with. And really, same thing with an obsession as well. Okay, so let's see. Let me get off the soapbox there. Let's look at Pisces. Pisces, you got the Strength card in reverse. It seems like you got this pretty recently, within the last 10 days, the last 7 days maybe. Strength card in reverse just means that you're not feeling like your normal self. I think that your self-esteem basically has taken a few hits when this card shows up for me today. And so you're kind of in recovery mode whenever it comes to self-esteem here, Pisces. Okay, so that's what I've got for everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking out this video. Of course, thank you to those of you ordering Reiki sessions and readings from me, but also thank you to those of you who are putting thumbs ups on this video, sharing it out to others who may find it beneficial, and putting your feedback down in the comments. I appreciate every single one of you so much. You guys are the ones who makes it possible for me to do what I love to do for my living. So seriously, thank you. Everybody have a fantastic day. Peace out.